This is the Samsung SGH A767 Propel, a new QWERTY messaging device for AT&T. The design of this device is based on that of the SGH i620, a Windows Mobile smartphone that we saw in Europe. It has a full slide-out QWERTY keyboard, but unlike the i620, the D-pad doesn't scroll, it's just a regular D-pad. You can see the keys are nicely spaced out. They're a little flat in order to fit into the slider, but they have a really nice feel to them, and it's very easy to use it quite quickly. D-pad's large, easy to use. The center key brings up the web browser by default, and there's also a messaging shortcut. Dedicated back button over here on the right, the two soft keys, and the green send and end call buttons. The Samsung Propel has a micro SD memory card slot. You can see over here on the left edge. Volume control right next to it. On this side we have the charger port, standard Samsung, no micro USB yet, and what is not a camera button but a task switcher. I'll show you how that works in a little bit. The camera's hidden on the back when the device is closed up, but when you expose it, you get this nice little pattern that's seen too. Self-portrait mirror next to it, and it's a 1.3 megapixel camera. This task switcher button I mentioned, when you press it repeatedly, gives you quick access to the various main tasks on the Propel. The problem is there's no way to use just this button to select one of them, so when you navigate to the one you want, say the music player, you still have to reach around and hit the center key on the D-pad. It's still nicer than not having it at all, but some sort of method for selecting it with the task switcher button itself would have been nice. And just for comparison's sake, on my left hand I have the i620, and then we have the Propel on the right, and you can see the designs are very, very similar. The Propel is actually a little bit thinner, but apart from that, the devices look virtually identical. Even the D-pad on the Propel looks just like the scrollable D-pad on the i620, even though the Propel doesn't have the scrolling function. Bring up the Propel's main menu. You can see it's very straightforward looking, simple grid of icons. No theme support on the device. This is pretty much what you get. You can change wallpapers, but that's about it. Everything's pretty straightforward though. It's easy to use. You can use the keypad as a shortcut for the menu items. I hit the 5 to go right to the 5th menu item. Also works in the main menu. If I hit the 1 key up here, which corresponds to the upper left hand corner icon, it'll skip to the music store. I'm going to show you how the messaging works on the device. Create a new message. Keyboard works very well, but you'll notice that there's an odd sequence of beeps. When you press a letter key, you get a normal beep. When you press any of the number keys, even if you're entering text, you get a keypad tone, so it makes for a kind of a strange sound. But nonetheless, it works pretty well. I'll just pick a contact to send that to. If I hit the T, we'll zoom ahead to the T's in the list. I'll select the test SIM. We'll send that off. In a second, you should see it come back. And there you go. Instant messaging fans will be happy to see that there's also a couple of IM clients on the Propel. You've got AIM, MSN, and Yahoo. And of course, picture, regular text messaging, and mobile email support as well. Pull up the web browser, go to favorites, and pull up the Mobile Burn home page. It's a 3G device. In the tests we've done on the DSL Reports site, we've managed about 575 kbits per second in throughput, which is pretty good. You can see it's pretty speedy. So there you have it. That is a quick look at the Samsung SGH A767 Propel. Good looking and quite handy messaging device for AT&T. Nice compact form factor, spacious full QWERTY keyboard, very pocketable. It's available for $79.99 with a 2-year contract from AT&T right now.